I had a conversation with a friend yesterday, and he mentioned the fact that a lot of times when he talks to people, he just doesn't feel like they're being genuine, like they're not being themselves. I've been hearing that a lot from people, and I think to myself, wow, that's unfortunate, because in my eyes, it's harder to be someone else. To me, it's easier for me to be my truest, most authentic self. Like if I'm me, ultimately I would want to attract people that like me for me. I don't want to attract people that like me for a person I'm pretending to be, because at some point the real me is going to come out, and then what? I don't think anybody should be out there trying to be someone they're not. Now, let me be clear. Being yourself and growing, bettering yourself, surrounding yourself with people that uplift you, that bring out the best qualities in you, that encourage you, that challenge you, great. Sometimes being around those people, because you're not used to that kind of support and that kind of love and that kind of positivity, you will feel uncomfortable at first. So you may feel like, no, this is not the tribe for me, or this is not the crew for me. The right people for you are going to make you feel uncomfortable for a little bit at first. The people that are right for you are going to push you out of your comfort zone. So at first it may feel like you're not being yourself because it feels weird and uncomfortable. But as you start to flourish, as you start to really step into the best version of yourself, you're going to get more and more comfortable, and you're going to know that these are the right people for me, this is the right job for me, this is the right career for me, whatever it is. But it's so important to be yourself in all of this because what I find a lot of times with people is, okay, they put on this face, right? They act this part, and then people start to gravitate to them because of this. So now they're making these friends, or maybe they're getting these opportunities and all of that stuff. Maybe you start heading in the right direction. You know, things start to actually look up. So things start to look good. You're making more money. Life just feels great. But as you continue down this path, if the person that you became in order to achieve these things is not the person that's truest to you, like most authentic to who you are, you're gonna get to a place where you're gonna feel depressed, you're gonna feel sad. You have all these things around you that you wanted, all these great people, great opportunities, all this stuff, but you're not happy. You're living a life in a body, or in a, how do I say, not a physical body, but like a body of a person who isn't you. You're being someone who you're not in order to get the things that you want, and now you have them, and you'd like to just be able to like breathe and relax and be yourself, but you're afraid because you're worried that if now you become yourself or be yourself, all of this stuff is gonna go. You're afraid to lose everything that you worked so hard for. And I totally understand that. I'd be afraid to lose it too, because you worked hard for it and this is what you want, but now you're afraid that if people see who you really are, it's all gonna go. I tell you this, it's worth letting people see who you really are. Because living someone else's life, or living in a skin that's not your own, is stifling. It's suffocating. You're slowly killing your soul because you're pretending. So behind closed doors, you're probably crying and sad all the time and just miserable, and you just, some people go to the extreme and even want to end their lives. And then you get up, put on your makeup, you do your hair, you put on your suit or whatever, and you get outside and you're a completely different person, because that person is who people know and who people see. So you go out there and you go to your job and you have on this mask, right? You hang out with your friends, you have on this mask. Maybe you even have a spouse who doesn't really see the true you have on this mask. constantly have on this mask, pretending like you're happy, pretending like you're all these things that you're not. You come back home, you take off the mask, and you're at home miserable, crying, sad, unhappy again. And it's just this cycle that you do every single day, over and over, over and over, over and over. What do you think that does to you mentally? What do you think that does to you spiritually, emotionally, physically? What do you think that's doing? It's like a cancer that's eating you from the inside out. And I'll tell you this, no matter what, it will eventually show itself. So that mask that you're wearing for everyone, eventually, they're going to see right through it. You're not going to be able to sustain that forever. You'll see a celebrity, it looks like they're living a dream life, everything's great, they have all the things they want, their family's happy, and then you find out, you hear on the news that they committed suicide. Or you start to see like this downward spiral. All these, like, they start acting weird. They're not acting weird. This is their true, there's just parts of them actually being able to come out now. And because they've reached that breaking point, they just don't care anymore. So now it's amplified so that it looks really odd to the person that they've been portraying all these years. It's a combination of themselves and that break, that mental break that happens. You just break. You're just like, I can't take it anymore. I can't pretend like I'm good. I'm not good. I don't want you to get to that place where you don't care anymore and then you just break. Sit down and really ask yourself if the things that you're doing are genuine to you. Do you enjoy what you do? Does it bring you joy? Does it bring you happiness at the end of the day, at the beginning of the day? I'm not saying you're gonna get up every day and be like, yay, time for work. No, definitely not. I don't get up every day like, yay. There's some days I'm like, oh, and I put the covers back over my head and I go back to sleep. But it's not because I'm not happy. It's usually because I'm just tired and my bed's all comfy and cozy and I want to sleep some more. A lot of people are getting up in the morning and they don't want to get up.
Oh, I don't want to go in. I hate this job. This sucks. These people just piss me off. I can't stand it anymore.
They breathe, they get dressed, put on that mask, and they go out there. Maybe 6-7 years ago, I cared a lot about what people thought about me. I cared a lot. And I know that I was wearing masks. I cared a lot. Like a lot. There was a time where I could tell I was making decisions not solely based on what other people thought, but I weighed the opinions of others heavily. Obviously the opinions of people who I cared about, you know, family and friends, but also like the general public. Like I'd think things like, is what I'm doing something that people would be proud of? Is it an acceptable thing to do? Or is it the way people do it? Like, will people judge me if they see me doing this, or if I'm talking about this, or whatever? That's what I would do. For many years, there were things that I wanted to try, things I wanted to do, places I wanted to go. And I love to learn and research and all that stuff. So there's things I wanted to read about that I just never did because I was afraid of what people would think if they knew, oh, Sarah's researching that, or Sarah's going here, or Sarah's talking to that person, or Sarah's like, you know? It was, it's a hard life to live when like part of you wants to do certain things and then another part of you feels like it's being held back because you're afraid of what people might think of you. But that's why it's so important to be your most authentic self, because if you are, you get to the place where you don't care if people don't like you when you're being you, because you recognize that being you is the best thing you can possibly do for yourself and for others. And the people that will gravitate towards you, the people that will want to be in your life, they resonate with the person who you are, or the person who you're portraying to be. So it's important for your peace of mind, for your mental sanity, for your happiness, to make sure that that person is someone who you want to be, someone who you're proud of.